Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, I just want to have a very casual, very laid-back discussion about Ninjago Crystalized, and we're going to be talking about some major spoilers in today's video, so keep that in mind. You have been warned. There is your major spoiler warning. We're going to be diving into events of Ninjago Crystalized for the first 12 episodes, so if you've not yet seen the first 12 episodes for whatever reason, I would recommend clicking off the video, watching something else, and then coming back and checking out this video once you have seen all the episodes. If you have seen the episodes, or if you just don't care about spoilers, well, welcome. Let's talk about the idea that Harumi may turn good by the end of Ninjago Crystalized and whether or not I'm a fan of that idea. Like I said, we're just going to be very casual here. I just want to give my thoughts about Harumi potentially being good towards the very end of Ninjago Crystalized, because I've certainly seen a lot of discourse throughout the Ninjago community regarding whether or not Harumi will in fact turn good and what that might mean for the Ninjago series. Just to recap really quick, before Ninjago Crystalized came out and before we knew that Harumi was going to be in the season, the last time we saw her was during Ninjago Hunted, when she was allegedly crushed by a building. Obviously that doesn't seem to be the case anymore, but a lot of people aren't super thrilled about that, to be honest. I've seen some people in my comment section discuss how they think it's really dumb that Harumi has in fact returned, and I think it's important to kind of display my feelings regarding that before we jump into whether or not Harumi could turn good. I'm okay with Harumi coming back personally in this new season. I think Harumi returning is a fine idea. I wasn't really super upset when I saw Harumi in the Ninjago Crystalized sets, and I also wasn't angry when I saw her show up in episode 12. I think Harumi coming back is perfectly fine. The Ninjago staff had said in the past that if they had some type of storyline for Harumi, they would totally bring her back, and they did, meaning that they have some type of storyline in mind for Harumi to, you know, actually go on and conquer. What exactly that is remains to be seen, of course, but Harumi coming back, I'm okay with that first and foremost. Harumi returning, I don't have an issue with that, but I can completely understand the opposite perspective, why somebody might be mad that Harumi has returned. I think Harumi dying after redeeming herself a little bit while saving that family was a fantastic way to end her character arc. She started off life as a kind soul, but eventually grew sour and evil because of a series of personal events that happened to her. Her parents were killed in the Great Devourer's rampage, but rather than causing more harm than she had already done to Ninjago City, in her final moments she chose to redeem herself and help out a family, as opposed to leaving them and letting them suffer a similar fate to her. Harumi actually helped a little bit, which I thought was a very important way to bring her character full circle. And I guess the common argument is that now that Harumi is back in Crystalized, that story arc is kind of diminished, and as I've said, I can understand why some people are just upset that Harumi is back regardless. But I think it's important to acknowledge the circumstances surrounding Harumi's return. I think there's a high chance that she might be corrupted, or I guess in some way being controlled by the Crystal King or the Overlord, whoever the Crystal King may or may not end up being. Evidence of this can be found within the Ninjago Crystalized sets as well, showcasing Harumi with bright purple eyes, and maybe Harumi truly did die back during the building collapse of Ninjago Hunted, and this is sort of a zombie Harumi. But now I think it's a good opportunity to dive into the discussion of whether or not Harumi will turn out to be good, and what the circumstances surrounding that event might be. For those that don't know, there was a Ninjago Crystalized poster that came out a couple of days ago that showcases a massive final battle for the entirety of the season. It's of course based in terms of the Ninjago Crystalized sets, but the poster very much divides good and evil, showcasing that balance between the two and how they might clash during this new season. What's baffling to a lot of people is that Harumi appears to be on the side of good, battling alongside the Resistance and the Ninja. And this is where the big discussion comes into play. Will Harumi turn out to be good towards the end of Ninjago Crystalized, and if so, would that ruin her character even more? In other words, does she deserve a redemption arc? And in response to that, I would say, yes, I do in fact think Harumi deserves a redemption arc. And I'm not sure why people are so against this happening. I mean, sure, Harumi loved to play her mind games with Lloyd, with constant manipulation and basically solid toxicity over on her end, but I'm a firm believer in the notion that Harumi can indeed change. Especially if she's being mind controlled by the Overlord, Harumi would witness mind control and mind manipulation firsthand, and maybe even decide to go against the Overlord when she's finally free, understanding how Lloyd felt during those moments and coming to terms with her own mistakes. I think that's a totally legit reason as to why Harumi could in fact turn out to be good and why she could redeem herself. She might remember back to Sons of Garmadon and Ninjago Hunted and remember what she did to Lloyd, what she did to make him feel that way. I could totally see Harumi teaming up with the ninja and battling against the Crystal King as a final act of redemption. Maybe she'll die again, who knows. I don't think they'll do that, honestly. If they kill her again, that'd be kind of weird. But you understand what I'm saying, right? There's definitely a chance for Harumi to be redeemed. I don't think redemption is completely out of question for her character. I don't think it would be a major issue for Harumi to turn good towards the ending of Ninjago Crystalized. In fact, I feel like it's to be expected at this point. Whether she does that herself or alongside her other Council of the Crystal King members remains to be seen, seen. I've mentioned in previous videos and streams how there might be an opportunity for the entire Council of the Crystal King to betray the Crystal King and side with the ninja, but since Harumi is the only one seen fighting for good on the poster, I'm not sure if that's going to be the case anymore. Either way, I feel like Harumi redeeming herself is totally acceptable, totally understandable, and in my opinion, if that does happen, the Ninjago Crystalized season will not suffer in terms of quality. I have faith in the Ninjago staff, I have faith in the writers of the season, and I feel like Harumi redeeming herself again will not be that big of a deal. I think it's only natural for her character, and that redemption with Lloyd is needed in my opinion. It's necessary. Speaking of Lloyd, there's also the opportunity for these two to finally get together, which if you guys don't know, I'm a big fan of the Lloyd and Harumi ship. I don't know why, I've just always kind of enjoyed that pairing. Even if Harumi was a complete psychopath and constantly manipulated Lloyd throughout the entire relationship, so to speak, I've always kind of liked them together. I wondered what might have happened if Harumi had not died during Ninjago Hunted and simply was arrested instead. Would Lloyd see the good in her like he did during her final moments in Ninjago Hunted? During that final look of acknowledgement between the two, Lloyd had to have sensed the good in Harumi before the building fell on top of her, so to speak. If Harumi would have survived the falling building, she and Lloyd probably could have made things work out. Of course, Lloyd could have probably visited her in prison. I imagine Harumi would have spent many years behind bars for her crimes, but still, I think that relationship might work. And while I don't really want to get into shipping in today's video because that's not the point here, I think if you're going to redeem Harumi, why stop there? Why don't you redeem not only Harumi, but redeem that entire relationship between her and Lloyd? Make it work, make it finally something of substance and something real, something legit. I don't know, maybe that's just me taking it a little bit too far, but personally, I think that relationship could very well work, and if Harumi will in fact turn good towards the end of Ninjago Crystalized, I can see Harumi and Lloyd patching things up. Why not, right? Either way, guys, I've made my stance pretty much known in today's video. I don't think bringing Harumi back or making her good is that big of an issue. In fact, I hardly consider it an issue at all. But if you guys feel different than me, that's okay. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about all of this as well. The comment section is open for all of your guys' discussions. Feel free to take full advantage of that. Let your statement be known down below in the comment section. Are you a fan of Harumi returning and possibly becoming good, or would you have preferred Harumi to stay dead, so to speak? Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully it wasn't too rambling for you guys. Hopefully I was able to make my points clear and concise. Again, kind of a casual, laid-back video today, but hey, I hope I was able to make my points apparent regardless. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again later. Peace.